Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, February 29th, 2016. Happy Leap Year! Oh, happy Leap Year and happy birthday to the poor, sad cunts who only have a birthday once every 4 years. You know, good Lord, can you imagine going on that first date with that broad bitching about that? I always felt left out. It was like everybody else had a birthday every single year. It was like I was 0, then I was 4, then I was 8. You know, she'd be in good shape though, huh? Eating fucking 75% less birthday cake every year, right? Now wait, how does that math work out? If in 4 years you had 4 slices of cake, right? But you were born in the leap year, you only had 1. Yeah, that percentage doesn't work. Because, you know, you have 1, somebody else has 2, they got 100% more than you got, right? They got, provided that they're equal slices. Oh, Jesus, Bill, you gonna break out fractions? I think I'm gonna. Let's do a little birthday cake fractions. All right, so they're getting fucking 300% more cake than you are? Man, I bet, you know something? I bet anybody who's born on February 29th is either a miserable cunt or just one of the coolest laid-back people, like, you know, oh my God, another birthday. Aren't the years flying by? No, they're not, actually, to be honest with you. That's kind of weird. So, like, when the fuck are you actually, like, say when you're 29, you know? That doesn't work. You're 28. It's got to be 4s, right? Wait, you're 0. Jesus Christ. This would be fucking annoying. 0, if you had a baby born on the 29th, right? You're 0 the first year. All right? 1, 2, 3. No, 4. I'd be back again to 4, right? I don't fucking know. All I know is it's somebody's birthday today, and it hasn't been their birthday since 2012. So happy fucking birthday. What does that work out? 16, 15, 14, 13. 12 would be 5 years ago. I can't fucking do it. I don't know when it was. Is it once every 3 years? Ah, Jesus. Anything that happens every 4 years usually sucks. People's birthdays on leap year, World Cup soccer, the Olympics, you know. I actually like Olympic hockey, but then I hate all those fucking douches who never watch hockey. And they'd be like, see, if it was like this, I would watch it all the time. What, only 2 weeks long with no fighting, you fucking douche? Beat it! Nobody cares whether you watch it or not. At least I don't. So, anyways, I apologize for the, you know what? I don't apologize. Okay, I will. I'll apologize for the podcast being this late. I was going to do it on Sunday when I was up in Foxwoods, dude. Let's go to the fucking casino out in the middle of the woods, you know? I was going to record on Sunday, but Verzi got some tickets to see the UConn-Houston Cougars game. Up, you know, big fucking program. By the way, man, how about very quietly, I probably shouldn't say very quietly, I just don't pay attention to the sports. Ladies hoops, you know? I knew that fucking Tennessee with Pat Summitt, right, was fucking crushing it. And I know UConn I thought they were doing all right, but I thought it was mainly fucking Pat Summitt. And then I went to the goddamn UConn game. I got a picture of it here on my phone. You know, somebody sent me a picture of a hairless pit bull that had freckles. It's the most adorable thing you ever seen in your life, but the person said it looked like me. I like a good tweet, you know? I don't give a shit if you break my balls if it makes me laugh. All right, so the fucking ladies! The lady Huskies. Well, let's do it in order here. Let's do the guys first, considering they have way less. You know, you always want to build towards your closing bit. All right, the guys, the fellas, have won 4 national championships since 1999. All right, the UConn men's Huskies have won 1999, 2004, 2011, 2014. That's very fucking respectable. Has anybody won more than that? I don't know. I'm not going to look it up. Kentucky or Duke, I would guess. Maybe not Duke, right? Duke. All right. But the ladies, they won it in 95. They won it in 2000, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2009, and then the fucking goddamn poor excuse for speakers hanging from that fucking building that they have with the ceilings peeling is in the way of the next two banners. They won it 2014, 2015. Now I got to fucking look it up. Well, as far as what I can see here on the phone, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's two other banners behind it. That's got to be a championship one. Yeah, national champions. What an asshole. Why the fuck didn't I walk down and take it correctly? Or maybe look it up before I did this? All right, hang on a second. Hang on. Oh, Jesus. Now I'm typing on my phone. This is going to take for fucking ever. I looked up the most random women's Huskies. Why would I write that? That's not going to get me there. Yukon Huskies championships. All right. Give me the ladies. The ladies better come up first. The men's do. You sexist motherfuckers. National championships. You fucking... hang on. Ladies. There we go. Connecticut women's basketball. I apologize. If I had any fucking decency, I would edit most of this out, but I'm not gonna. All right, national tournament champion, conference championships. Jesus fucking Christ! Nobody cares about any of this. Elite 8, Final 4, tournament champions. 95, 2000, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2009, 2010, 2013, 2014, 2015. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They won it 5 out of the last 6 fucking years. And since the year 2000, remember that Kona bit? They've won it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fucking times. Total domination. Fucking dog snoring. You know my dog's getting fat. I don't know what's going on with her. We changed this food. We started getting her an extra can because she's always fucking coming over licking the bowl there, you know. We felt bad for her. Now you should see her. She looks like a fucking state worker, right? Tennessee Lady Falls. All right, here we go. Come on, Wikipedia. Where the fuck are you? Lady Vol. What do you say? What do you think? Who do you think has more, huh? I got to go with Connecticut at that point, huh? Bill, this might be the most boring podcast ever. Well, you get what you pay for. All right, fuck it. I'm not looking it up anymore. My eyes are seeing double here. Very impressed with both of them, man. They're quietly crushing. It's a nice small campus. They play in this little ass building with shit peeling from the ceiling. The student section was hilarious. You know, when they introduced the other team, they sit there reading the newspaper. I thought that was funny. Now I'm sure somebody's going to say, well, Alcorn fucking University used to do that. I don't give a shit. It's the first time I saw it. It was funny to me. Dude, there was a guy sitting behind us, like, classic New England sports fan. I never heard a guy anytime the ball didn't go in for the Huskies, he had a reason. Every fucking time down the court. And this is what killed me. So I'm like, all right, this guy's a total hoop head, right? And I turn around and he has on a Red Sox hat and t-shirt. So he's basically a sports maniac, right? The guy missed a shot and he'd be like, hey, he didn't follow through. Next time they come down the court, they'll be like, hey, the guy, he should have been rotating around. The second they had the double team, he should have been rotating around. Next time down the court, somebody slips. What is that, something wrong with the floor? And I just kept nudging Verzi. He would go on like the fucking lady Huskies there. He would go on like four or five runs there. Except instead of winning championships, he'd be like bitch moaning and complaining. And at one point, he made a point, they threw it to their big goof there, and that guy fucking missed the ball. And the guy goes, if he had a pair of hands, he would have had 2 there. And Verzi turned around and goes, you know what, you're right. And the guy just looked at him with like an angry look, like he was so pissed that UConn was losing. And we actually, I know they're only having a mediocre year this year. I mean, you can't fucking win it every year, but you could sense when you were in there the level, how seriously everybody was taking it. Because Verzi kept saying, like, wow, these people take this shit really seriously here. And I just kept pointing up to all the banners. I'm like, I would say at this point they're kind of used to winning. So I guess they're having a disappointing year. I guess. I have no idea. I didn't look it up. I just started talking about it. It's what I did. But that's why the podcast was not ready. I had a great time up at Foxwoods Resort Casinos, by the way. I want to thank them for having me. It was their 24th anniversary, right? So they say to me, before I get there, they said, is there any way before your first show, if you could come down, there's a big dinner or something. We'd love if you could meet the tribal council and just stop by and say hello, right? These are my employers for the weekend. What am I going to say no? So I'm like, absolutely. I want to meet these Native Americans that fucking beat the white man, you know, and got their own fucking casino. Right? So I go down there, and I just thought I was going to swing by a table and say hello to somebody, thank them for the gig, and next thing you know, they got this like fucking eyes wide shut fucking dinner going on, you know, the Shining kind of shit in the bowels of the casino. There's some band, there's a stage, and there's like this guy, smiley looking fucking political guy on stage, and next thing you know, he's giving me an intro. I had no fucking idea what was going on. I have no idea who these people are. And furthermore, these people had no idea who I was. And I just walk out and they go, we got a local funny man here this weekend. Please welcome comedian Bill Burr. And I was standing there going, is he bringing me up? Is he bringing me up? And I just fucking walk on stage and I take the mic and I was like, I'm looking out at all these old people and shit. And they're just staring at me. I was like, I kind of had no idea I was going to be brought up here, but, you know, congratulations on 24 years. I'm sure most of you people here know who the next 4 presidents are going to be. On behalf of regular people, if you could do something about the population problem, I'd really appreciate it. And all of this shit is getting nothing, right? I just started talking to them like they were running the world, and they're just looking at me like I got fucking 10 heads. And I just sort of petered out, and I went, and onward and upward. I just handed it back to Guy Smiley, and there was just like a little smattering of applause. And I just walked back into the hall with the promoter. And as we're walking away, I was like, what the fuck was that? And he's like, oh, I don't know. That's how he talks. I didn't know what it was. I mean, I thought I was under the impression that you were going to just say hello at the table. Yeah, nobody knows anything, right? They just fucking wheel you around. Yeah, and then we just fucking, I think we got on a golf cart at that point. When we walked through the halls, and then they walked me by the crowd that was going into my show, so I looked like a complete jerk off. I love seeing people after the show. I fucking hate seeing people before the show. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a superstition. It's just weird to me, for me to just be walking by. Like the first time you see me, I'm just walking down the fucking hall. Oh, there's that jerk off. And then you just start looking at him. Why did I pay to see that? Look at him. But anyways, we had a great fucking time. I had a bunch of family and friends coming out, people I hadn't seen in years. Do you know my first best friend that I ever had in life actually came up to the gig, and I hadn't seen him in 36 years. And I was actually thinking the last time I saw him, you know, the reason why my family, we moved away from the town that we had lived in. And I just remember we were both, how fucking old was I? I think we were like 7 or 8. And you don't know how to say goodbye. You know, I'd probably been friends with the kid since I was like 4. So basically half my life I was friends with this kid. So we had loaded up the moving van the last time, like we were doing the U-Haul thing. You know, we'll do it ourselves. And we just made like 900 fucking trips in this thing. And we were loading it up for the last time. And he lived across the street from me. So I walked down my driveway and he was out there. And he knew it was it. I knew it was it. And we were just too young, didn't know. Yeah, you know what to say at 7. So some kid rode by and had just ridden by on a bike. And I remember he just said something to me like, oh, yeah, that kid was trying to say that blah, 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 blah. I couldn't remember anything. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. I was like, all right. And he just started to walk away, and I walked away in the other direction. And then we both looked over our shoulder at the same time, and then that was it. I got in the fucking U-Haul. And that was it. I think I came back to the neighborhood like 4 years later. I saw him one other time. So, yeah, 1980, because I left in 76, saw him in 80, and then I hadn't seen him since then. So we got caught up talking about the old fucking times, man. We didn't even get into it either, man. Jesus Christ, some of the shit we used to do. You know, we used to play with fucking matches. That's what you used to do back then when there was like playing with matches was like, I don't know, like having a Game Boy or whatever these fucking kids do nowadays. and his dad had these things. We used to call them monkey matches. It was just a book of matches, and for some reason, it just had a picture of a monkey, like wearing like a hat, like that was like highbrow humor back then, like dressing monkeys up like human beings, you know, and also having pictures of dogs playing poker and shit, passing cards underneath the table with their paws and shit, you know. So his dad, for whatever reason, always had these matchbooks that had pictures of monkeys that were like, you know, dressed like dentists, you know, like lab coats on and shit, or just some stupid fucking hat, you know. And so we would, this is what we would do. We would go over and we would, like, basically underneath the tree, we would bunch up a bunch of pine needles, and you would just light it on fire and just look at the fire and then try and put it out. And, you know, sometimes you put it out, sometimes you didn't. Sometimes a neighbor would come running over. Christ, what the fuck are you kids doing? You know, what the hell are you doing? I did that one time. I lit it, and all of a sudden it just got completely out of control. And this guy came running over with a giant trash can that he had filled up with water. Thank fucking Christ. And then somebody else in the neighborhood, I remember, fucking lit it on fire. Lit the whole fucking woods on fire. And I know who it was, too, because he rode down to the fire station and said that he didn't do it, but he knew that my friend did it. And he fucking ratted out my friend. And I'm sure the fire department was looking at the kid, looking at him like, listen, you little rat, we know you fucking did it, right? So whatever, it was cool to see him. And I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I hate doing this thing after I've been on a fucking plane, you know? Oh, you know what I watched on the plane? For the second time, I saw the movie Black Mask. You know, I know that kind of got mixed reviews. That's one of those movies you got to see it more than once. See it the second time. Dude, Johnny Depp is fucking unbelievable in that movie. He's unfucking believable. And there's a couple other actors there. I got to get their fucking names. They were absolutely amazing. But I liked it the first time. I loved it the second time I saw it. So, you know, but most of the people I heard from were from Massachusetts. They're like, dude, the fucking accents, just shut the fuck up. You know, when I went to Fargo, they were bitching about the fucking accents in Fargo. Does that mean Fargo's a bad movie? Oh, why don't we hire you, who's not an actor? We'll have you fucking do it, and we'll see how that works out. But I just felt, you know, the second time when I saw it, like the pacing of it, I felt like they tied it in to like the absolute sociopath main character that they were trying. You know, so fucked up as I'm nervous about talking about it. That's the level of power that those fucking guys had. It reminded me of the Shawshank Redemption, where a lot of people I know the first time they saw that, they didn't like that movie because they felt it was so long and was dragging on and on and on and on. But my theory on that movie was they were giving you the sense of what it was like to do time, where it becomes like this open-ended thing. No beginning, no middle, no end. It actually sounds like I'm shitting on the movie, but it just, the way it would fade down and then just fade up. And every time in the crowd, you'd like be anticipating that there'd be this major turn, and it was just another day in prison a few years later. I kind of felt like they were trying to do that with the Whitey Bulger character, where, you know, they were saying like he was a sociopath, and how he slowly drew in the FBI guys to the point that they were entangled in his bullshit. And he insulated himself that way. I don't know. Maybe I was too dumb to get all of that shit the first time, but the second time I watched it, like I said, I went from liking that movie to fucking loving that movie. So, whatever. Give it a shot if you haven't. But, speaking of which, the fucking Oscars were last night, huh? White guys fucking crushing it. Oh, we cleaned up last night. Woo! I'm just fucking with you, man. That was I got to see Chris Rock's opening monologue, which I thought was great. I thought he handled the whole thing fucking perfectly. And what else did I see? I didn't see a lot, because right as it started, the show was starting. I think we had a 9:00 show and it started a little bit after 8, but I have no idea who won what. I know the Boston movie about the fucking pedophile priest, I heard that thing won. That was it. Nobody fell down. Nothing else happened. right? Is that it? Oh, and very quietly, the first Asian director, I believe, ever fucking won something. Is that what I saw? I don't know. This is, just a reoccurring thing. I'm not going to look anything up. I'm just going to start talking about it. And, that's going to be it. You know what? I don't understand the weight that people put on the fucking Oscars, though. I really got to tell you that, though. You know what I mean? I don't fucking get it. I was joking this weekend, just sitting there watching a bunch of adults running around wanting to win a trophy. It's like, well, what are you, in fucking Little League? Trophies are for kids, aren't they? You give ribbons and shit, and it makes them feel good, and you take them out for a fucking snow cone, and then that's it, You put them to bed, you get yourself a whiskey, and you sit there and you stare at the wall. I mean, that's basically your life. I mean, how old are you? You need a fucking trophy? I don't give a shit about that type of stuff, but I definitely think that there should be opportunity for everybody. I'd like to hear everybody's stories. So I had no problem with any of that shit. But I do just think it's funny that people fucking flip out and start crying about winning a goddamn trophy. And this trophy means more than that trophy. This one's more prestigious. All right. I got to do a couple reads here for this week. Where the fuck am I? Clicking on there. All right. Jesus Christ. Trunk Club, everybody. No matter what time of year it is, you have got to make every second count. No, you don't. You can chill out. You can sit down on a deck or maybe your neighbor's deck if he's not home and just fucking put your feet up and enjoy yourself. No matter what time of year it is, you got to make every second count. It sounds like a workout video. And that means looking your best. No more ratty jeans or oversized hoodies, recent college graduates. It's time to upgrade your wardrobe and let Trunk Club handle all the work for you. Trunk Club takes the hassle, man, out of shopping by finding the best clothes for you and your style. You'll look and feel amazing and will always have the perfect clothes for your season. Oh, my God, Todd, I can't believe how good you look. Sorry. At trunkclub.com/Burr, you answer simple questions about your style, preferences, size, and are assigned an expert stylist. What do you mean, they're working for Trunk Club. If they were an expert, wouldn't they have their own fucking line of clothing? Your stylist will handpick clothes from the best premium brands just to prove of what you like and send back what you don't like. And just like that, a trunk full of fucking clothes arrives right on your doorstep, filled with handpicked clothes that are perfect for you. Try them on. Keep what you like. Yeah, try them on. Don't just stare at them, Don't just look at them, stupid. Keep what you like and easily return what you don't in their prepaid trunk. Trunk Club is not a subscription service. You only pay for the clothes you keep from your trunk. No hidden charges, just great clothes. Get started today at Trunk Club. And Trunk Club, will style you for free, plus free shipping both ways. You only pay for the clothes that you keep. To take advantage, go to trunkclub.com/Burr. That's trunkclub.com/Burr. Hey! trunkclub.com/Burr. All right, Dollar Shave Club, everybody. You guys, evidently, according to this copy, I've figured it out. Evidently, I've discovered the key to an amazing shave. Isn't that so weird that they would write that? Like I would actually say that? Hey, guys, I've figured it out. And you'd be like, what? How not to work and make more money? No, better than that. I discovered the key to an amazing shave. Sorry, all right, but why would you have that big of a fucking intro for something as stupid as just shaving your face? Okay, the reality here is you get a good shave for a little amount of money. That's all that's going on here. Okay, we're not curing cancer. But let's get back to the copy. It's simple. That's exactly what DollarShaveClub.com does, and why you can be a proud member like millions of others. DollarShaveClub.com delivers amazing razors right to your door for a third of the price of what those greedy razor corporation cunts charge. Both your wallet and your face finally get some relief. Joining DollarShaveClub.com means you can afford to shave with a fresh blade anytime you want, which feels fantastic. And for the smoothest shave ever, use your fresh Dollar Shave Club blade with their Dr. Carvey's Easy Shave Butter. It's not your average shave cream. It's high-quality ingredients that make your skin feel soft, smooth, and moisturized. Your blade will glide gently across your skin. If you want the most amazing shave possible, take it from me. Use a fresh Dollar Shave Club blade and Dr. Kavi's Easy Shave Butter. 2 reasons to join dollarshaveclub.com/Burr today. That's dollarshaveclub.com/Burr. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, our old friends Stamps.com. Hey everyone, your to-do list can seem out of control. So much to do, but so little time. But there's one thing you can check off your to-do list. That's going to the goddamn motherfucking cocksucking post office. Thanks to Stamps.com. With Stamps.com, you can buy and print official U.S. postage right from your own computer or printer. Stamps.com will send you a digital scale, right? You can weigh your drugs on it and mail something to your grandmother. Automatically, it calculates the exact postage you need for any letter or package, any class of mail. Print the postage you need, put it on your letter or package, and then just hand it to your mail carrier. And you're done. All right, I use Stamps.com anytime I'm selling bullshit after my show, and I'm a moron. If I can figure it out, well, goddamn it, so can you. And if not, you can find someone that can help you out. Right now, use my last name, Burr, for this special offer, 4-week trial plus a $110 bonus offer, which includes the digital scale and up to $55 free postage. For Christ's sake, don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Burr, B-U-R-R. That's Stamps.com. Enter Burr. All right, and with that, it's mercifully over. It's mercifully over. All right, I don't know if you guys know this, but I guess they're working on cars that are going to drive themselves in the future. I don't know why. I mean, how fucking lazy are people going to get? I mean, it's going to be great for drinking and driving. It'd just be drinking and riding, you know. You all of a sudden you'll always have that fucking thing, right? But I don't like this, man. I don't like how everything's becoming fucking automated. You know, I feel like rich people are gradually phasing us out. You know, because you know goddamn well the only reason why they allow us to exist is because they need us to farm, right? They need us to deliver shit. They need us to do a bunch of shit. And I could add another example. I don't know, dance around like a monkey at a fucking casino. Come downstairs and say a couple of words at your little fucking Illuminati party in the basement. They need us to do that. But once everything is automated and it just handles its fucking self, do you think you could be a part of that group? What if you were part of a group that was just going to slowly fucking just phase everybody else out, you know? And somehow it would happen in your lifetime. All right? Like, who would you keep? These are very Hitler-esque type questions, but this is the type of fucking madness that I think everybody's capable of. You know, especially, I don't know, if you travel on the road, some of the dopes you fucking meet out there. Watching people getting stirred up, you know. In all honesty, I can't stand, like, the choices that we have for president right now, you know, as it starts to go towards, as a fucking torpedo, that fucking St. Bernard-looking guy, Bernie Sanders, right, his jowls, as they torpedo his fucking campaign, and all Democrats are walking around, he can't win. I love that. Yeah, because you're too much of a pussy to fucking vote for him. That's why, right? So you're going to vote for this clammy fucking crook, or this guy who isn't saying anything. But, like, I really believe that, you know, you could talk people into fucking wiping out everybody on the planet. He's very easily. Just listening to Donald Trump, his speeches where he just says absolutely nothing. You know, he said today he was talking to college graduates, and he's literally going like, I'm going to bring jobs back to the United States. You wait. There's going to be more jobs here by the time I'm done. It's going to make your head spin. I'm going to have Apple bring manufacturing jobs back from China to here. Okay? And people clapped. He never has to say how he's going to do all. I'm going to plug up the hole in the ozone layer. Water's going to be clear. I'm going to get rid of all terrorism. And that's going to be the first week. Woo! I like this guy. This guy makes sense. He's making it great again. You know? And then you got Hillary out. She just talks through her fucking teeth. It's like, you know, she looks like she should be doing like a ventriloquist act, but the puppet isn't there. I just can't fucking... I don't know. I don't fucking know. No idea. And I don't even know who the other guys are. I just heard a couple of them talking, trying to trash Donald Trump, and they sounded pathetic. Just not good speakers. This is a bad one. This is a bad one. You know, like I bet people watching, you know, if you got a great college program and a bunch of seniors fucking graduate, and you just go through a bad 4-year period. I think that's what we're coming through. We're coming out of right now. You know, I like this one guy who was saying he was going to get rid of Obamacare if he was elected, and people like applauding. Like I don't fucking get it. I don't get why. I don't have Obamacare. I guess my tax dollars pay for it, but I don't have any problem with somebody like. I don't want my fellow countrymen walking around with a fucking toothache. You need your spleen removed. Fuck you. Figure it out for yourself. Why don't we help each other out a little more, you know? Why can't we do that? And if elected, anybody needs their spleen out? Donald Trump, I bet I could run. I could run for president if that's all you got to do is just say you're going to do all this awesome shit and you never fucking do it. Everyone will have health care and it will be free. All right. This weekend, by the way. The self-driving cars. Let's get back to that fucking thing. So evidently some self-driving car hit a bus, which is fucking tremendous for anybody who loves driving. That is such a tremendous fucking thing that happened today or yesterday or maybe last year. All I know is I just found the fucking story. I'm so fucking psyched. The self-driving car hit the fucking bus. I mean, even though it was only going like 2 miles an hour, it's just so fucking great because it hit a bus. So all you got to say is just, you know, just be like, well, what if there was a bunch of kids on that bus, right? And then that'll delay it a good 20 fucking years. Let me see if I can find this story. Self-driving. Google says it bears some responsibility after self-driving car hits bus. Can you fucking believe that? Well, was there a person driving the bus? I would say that you have all the fucking responsibility unless this guy literally drove into the fucking thing. Alphabet Incorporated, Google said on Monday, it bears some responsibility after one of its self-driving cars struck a municipal bus in a minor crash earlier this month. The crash may be the first case of one of its autonomous cars hitting another vehicle and the fault of the self-driving car. Dude, this is going to be a shit show. This is just one, and it already hit a fucking bus. You know what I mean? That's lunacy. It's fucking lunacy, man. I will tell you, I think it will cause people to drink like they've never drank before. I mean, most nights I don't drink out here because I drive myself places. You know, I don't fucking Uber. Well, that'll put Uber out of business, right? Well, I guess if you don't have a fucking car. I don't know. Don't you guys like driving? I hope you have like the option. My thing is, how is the insurance going to work? Because you know goddamn well there's no way the insurance company is going to take that fucking liability on. And they're claiming they're going to get rid of, there'll be no more deaths from car accidents. There's going to be no more accidents. It's going to be like just accident free. And this is amazing to me that it's gotten this fucking far, considering, you know, that like the amount of times they tried to kill the electric car, right? And you know, big oil companies, that type of thing. I mean, you're fucking with their blue blood money. You're not having that. Let's go electrocute an elephant to show how fucking dangerous these cars are, right? So, like, this is the only thing I can think. These insurance companies, they're making enough money to go down there and whack somebody at ABC Incorporated, right? You know they fucking do shit like that. You go to a diner and all of a sudden you stagger out going, they poisoned me, and you do a face plant, then your invention disappears. Oh, I'm going down the rabbit hole. This is why I think they're letting this one go through. Because they're eventually going to get rid of all of us. And when they do that, they're going to have no more limo drivers. So they're like, well, what are we going to do in the future if we want to ride somewhere? I mean, I'm not going to drive my car and soil my wealthy hands, am I? And then somebody's like, well, what if we just we'll just make the cars drive themselves? Oh, okay. Okay. Kill them all then. Yes, thank you. Poison them, remove them from the planet. I wonder if they got rid of everybody, how long it would take for this, to go back to normal. You have to take all the nuclear waste, right? Just send it out, out into fucking space, right? Send it towards Mars. Just make sure you don't hit the moon. And all you do is just fucking chill out in your little house. I wonder how long it would take to undo all that. But all this shit that people leave behind, the fuck are you going to do with all of that? That's all going to go into the soil. That'd take a little, it wouldn't happen in your lifetime. Jesus Christ, I am all over the place, man. What the fuck am I talking about here? Murdering people and self-driving cars. You should see this fucking car, by the way. This fucking self-driving car makes the Volkswagen Beetle look like a goddamn Lamborghini. People on The Simpsons drive a better looking car than that fucking thing. Ugh, they're all going to be the exact same fucking one, right? You'll have your options of like 3 different colors. Like white, black, or beige. Oh, man, this is not uplifting. I'll tell you what's uplifting. March 5th. This weekend, UFC 196, Conor McGregor. UFC 196. What are they calling this one? Did they stop naming them, by the way? Have they come up with 196 adjectives that describe how fucking tremendous that sport is? They were UFC 12, the redemption, the revenge, or whatever. They always had like these cool fucking names. Once you get up to like 196, they got to be running out, right? Let me see what they got here. UFC 196, Conor McGregor versus some guy Diaz. I wish I knew these guys' names better. I'm there's only so much shit I can pay attention to. He's taking on late replacement Nate Diaz. Ah, Jesus, what happened? He was supposed to fight somebody else? Rafael, I'm not going to fucking insult Latinos by trying to pronounce it. Although I could give you a good laugh here. Rafael dos Anjos was bounced from his showdown against Conor with a broken foot. Forget the fuck. Do you know I was reading something on McGregor today? Do you know, I don't understand. Somebody in the fight game, please explain this to me. That guy walks around at 170 and he's shredded. And then before his fight, for whatever fucking reason, he's got to go down to 145. Now, I can understand if the other guy just walks around at 145 or maybe 155. And Conor, for whatever reason, just wants to beat the fuck out of the guy, so he's willing to starve himself down to 145. For the love of God, can anybody in the fight game that does this, why can't, if Conor walks around at 170 and the other guy's walking around at 165, why don't they just fight at like 160? Why do they got to bring everybody all the way the fuck down there? I just don't understand why they got to do that shit. Check out the Sports Illustrated article on Conor McGregor. They got like this whole thing where they only briefly talk about it, but they're talking about cutting weight, and it actually sounds in a lot of ways worse than the fight. Like talking about the pain and the agony of it, and I can't even. I'm not going to be able to do it justice because I just read it. I have a very poor memory, and I've never gone through it. But Holly Holm's also fighting against Misha Tate. And I'm taking a night off from stand-up, and I'm going to fucking hang. You know what's great? This is the one sport that I can really watch with my wife. Like, she likes going to live hoop, too, but she loves the fucking UFC. She gets into it, like, at a crazy level. Like that time when that guy kicked the other dude, and he had the compound fracture, and his fucking leg bent all the way back. I was just like, I walked out. I'm like, all right, done. I can't watch that. She was rewinding it, wanted to watch it again, and was like literally interested in it. Which means she either should have been a serial killer or gotten into the medical field, because if you can fucking stomach that. Either way, I can. I'm really excited to see this shit this weekend. I like it. Even if they're quick fights, even if it's a bad thing, doesn't it make you at least want to work out? You see those guys and fucking women getting in there, they're all fucking jacked. You look down at yourself, usually finishing off a pizza. You're like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm going down to Home Depot tomorrow. I'm getting a sledgehammer and a big fucking tire, And you know what? You do it for a couple days and then you quit. That's why you're not a champion. Like what you're going to see on fucking Saturday. There you go. There's my promo for the UFC. All right. Let's read some fucking letters for this week, shall we, everybody? Chances are because we're... Cleo, you're losing your figure, sweetheart. Glad you didn't walk the red carpet at the fucking Oscars. They would have been all over you. All right, leaving the country if Trump wins. Dear Billy-elect, what's your take on people who say they're going to leave the country if Trump wins? Besides the potential for lanes to open up on the highway, I just hope the people that say they're going to leave so I don't have to point out who's a lying sack of shit. They're obviously joking. No one's going to leave this country, but it's just, he's a very extreme guy. I think people said that when Obama, they definitely said it during George Bush. It was some famous star said it, I remember. I thought it was funny. And then, of course, Fox News was, well, why don't you leave? Why don't you get the fuck out of here? And you're like, fucking lunacy. What do I think about people say that? I think it's kind of hacky at this point. I think that's what everybody says when there's somebody that's on the fringe on one side or the other. Somebody always ends up going, if this guy fucking wins, I'm going to leave. Where are you going to go? This is what people forget. When you leave this country, you immediately become an immigrant who's taking somebody else's job in the country that you're going to, and you get treated as such. Even if you're white, they don't want Americans moving up to Canada, fucking with their population, taking their jobs. All of a sudden, you're standing there driving a spike into a tree to take out some maple syrup instead of the other guy. They don't want that. They don't want that at all. All right. Yeah, I just think they're saying. I mean, it's fucking scary. I mean, it's both scary. I think Hillary's a fucking lying sack of shit, totally dishonest, and I think Donald Trump is a reality show star. That's the best we can fucking do. I just don't fucking get it. It keeps getting worse. Jesus fucking... The last guy that I thought was decent was the first George Bush. I liked when he went into Kuwait and then he said, all right, that's enough. That's enough. He didn't go all fucking nuts and we got the fuck out of there. And then fucking Clinton came in. I don't know what the fuck that was. A big frat party. All right, he's getting his dick sucked. He's lying about shit. People got stuff on him, mysteriously die. I mean, it was fucking nuts. And then he bombed some people to get out of a fucking blowjob accusation. The whole fucking thing was, I don't know. It's been crazy ever since. I don't know shit about politics. Don't listen to me. All right. Boyfriend's smoking habit. Hey, Mr. Burr. Love the podcast and the stand-up. Come to Rochester, New York soon. I would love... Oh, you know what? There's a Buffalo date and a Syracuse date in the works. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Whoever this is writing this shit. What the fuck? I just scrolled down. Sorry. Love the podcast and the stand-up. Come to Rochester, New York. I would appreciate some advice from yourself and the lovely Nia if she's available. She ain't here today, man. All right. I've been with my boyfriend for almost 2 years, and since day one, I knew of his daily weed smoking habit. He doesn't let it hinder his life. Still very social, faithful going to work every day. He's scheduled. He eats healthy, and he goes to the gym 4 to 5 days a week. I've tried getting used to it since it's something that he does, and it isn't a problem in his life. But I've never wanted to try drugs or alcohol, so I don't know what the feeling of being under the influence of something is like. Now because of that, my problem is, unless I see him during the day, and even then he'll take a hit, he's not sober. Is it wrong of me to be concerned that whenever he sees me, he's under the influence of something? Whenever we go to the movies or a comedy show, he'll bring half a cookie so he can, quote, enjoy the show more. And why don't I want him to relax after work by vaping a bag and hanging out with me? Considering this habit hasn't hindered his life in any way, do I have a reason to be uneasy about this? I understand why he does it, and he tells me it doesn't affect his feelings about me and about us being together, but it still makes me uneasy whenever I know he's high. Yeah, well, I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it. And if he enjoys it, he enjoys it. So you both know where you stand. I got to be honest. I mean, if someone was drinking every day, there would be probably an issue with that. Although there's no medicinal purposes for alcohol, is there? Unless they're taking an arrow out of your back. Don't they, like, rub some on your gums or some shit? I can't remember how it goes. You take a shot. Is that what it is? You bite down on a fucking garden hose? I don't remember. Yeah, I mean, if he's getting fucking baked all the time and he always, so he'll enjoy it more, yeah, that's a little bit of a red flag. Honestly, if you're fucking doing it every day and you're never really sober, and you just sort of constantly just sort of high, that's probably not a good way to go through life, but it is his choice. I would just tell him, just be like, look, I'm not saying you can't smoke, but like you're high all the time. And I'm sober, so I'm constantly talking to a buzzed you. And it bothers me. I would just tell him that. And I think that it's going to bother him because when you fucking smoke weed like that, it's a religion. You know what I mean? It's not like, every day he comes home and he does this one little thing, puts his shoes in the wrong spot or some shit. This is like you're talking about his state of consciousness when he's around you at all fucking times, basically. You want him to alter that. So that's kind of a major change. He didn't tell me how old he was, but I don't know. I don't know much about weed. I know some people say they get productive when they're using it and that type of stuff, but I don't know. I really feel that, and this is somebody who's like realized that his drinking is out of control again. So I just I've stopped for the last fucking 3 days. I mean, I really have to watch it with myself, okay? Because I have the kind of job where, I can get fucked up every night, basically, and then sleep in the next day. Now, granted, my career would suffer and I wouldn't get anywhere. And eventually, but I mean, I could do before, like, my career totally did a fucking nosedive, provided I didn't, do something stupid, like fucking, get behind the wheel of a car, fucking assault somebody. If I was just getting drunk every day, yeah, that would affect where I was in the business, but it'd be like a long 7-year, like, tapering off, back to doing the Comedy Vault at Remington's in Boston, which doesn't exist anymore. But, I don't know. I just personally, I know I really got to watch it. And my thing about people who smoke weed is the fact that they can be on it and nobody really knows. Like, and once they're high all the time, they're experienced being high and they can just go to work being high. And you can't do that drunk. You can't go to work like, shotgun a beer and walk in. People just know it just doesn't work. But I'm not 100% against it the way I used to in the early days of this podcast when I didn't know a lot about it. Now I'm understanding that there's certain people, if they have really active minds, they need to fucking chill out. It's actually a great thing for them. But I really think if you're doing it all the fucking time like that, yeah, like there's probably cause for an issue there, to bring it up like, hey, you kind of fucking basically wasted every time I talk to you. And then also, that whole thing, he brings half a cookie so he can enjoy the show. It's like you can't enjoy it sober. Like those are kind of some red flags. I don't know. And I also think that you can get addicted to that shit. I think your guy is, to be honest with you. People always say, nah, you're not really addicted to it. Oh, yeah, you just do it every waking moment. You can't fucking enjoy something unless you're under the influence of it. There's something there. It's just because it's such a mellow thing and it's not like, I got a buddy of mine from back in the day, dude. He's completely fucking addicted to that shit. He says, I love weed because it turns my life into a movie. And, he's basically been high since we were sophomores in high school. And without a doubt, it's fucked with his memory. Without a doubt, it's fucked with his drive. I don't know. But I understand wanting to get fucked up every day, personally. It's fun. And thing with weed, it's so easy. A couple of puffs and then boom, you're there. You know, drinking takes it out. I got to stop talking about this. So I'm going to have a drink. I said I'd take a week off here or so. All right. Well, good luck with that. I would just say how you're feeling. And if he gives you shit back, I'd just be like, look, I mean, I'm not being an asshole here. You're high every day. Can you just not be high a couple days a week? But how do you do that and not feel like you're infringing on this guy's fucking lifestyle? I mean, I don't know. I would bring it up to him. As I said 20 minutes ago before I meandered my way through that. Sorry about that. All right. I fucked up. Please advise. Dear Billy Gingercakes, I am a 26-year-old fucking lady who's a tremendous fan of your work in all its glorious forms. Well, thank you very much. That scene in Efforts for Family with the dad balls when Bill is stuck under the bed is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. Brilliant. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I did something really, then all capitals, really dumb. And I would greatly appreciate your insight because I know you will tell me the ever elusive truth. I won't tell you, I'll tell you what I think is the truth. Whether it's the right answer, you got to decide that for yourself. I have been friends with this guy for about 2 years, and now you fucked him and you ruined the friendship. That's what I'm guessing here. We met through a larger group of friends. There was chemistry between us immediately. This guy is he's married. Trying to see how this can go off the rails. This is reading in the beginning like one of those dating sites. You know, they play that stupid piano. That stupid. That dumb shit. This could be a serial killer. This could be a sex offender. I don't know. We met through a larger group of friends. There was chemistry between us immediately. This guy is so funny and so smart and fun to be around. The problem is he has 2 penises. I'm kidding. She didn't write that. But he is also a complete and total whore. Oh, Jesus. Crushing it, and good for him. But exactly the wrong guy to get hung up on. I knew I liked him too much. I couldn't help it, but I thought I could handle being friends with him, and eventually the feelings would pass. Nah, you can't be around guys like that. This guy's a pussy-getting son of a bitch, right? Dracula would be like, God damn it, that guy's got game, right? I mean, all the ladies love Dracula. He'd come up and start gnawing on their fucking necks, and that was it. Turn them into lady bats, right? Then he'd kick them to the curb, get himself another chick the next day. We started hanging out a lot, at least 2 or 3 nights a week. Sometimes he said things that made me think maybe he liked me too. Then on my birthday, we got drunk and had sex. Called it. Oh, Jesus, she says. Let me be clear. He started it. I just didn't stop it, even though I knew it was a bad idea. You sound like a little kid. He started it. The worst part is when I woke up the next morning in his bed, he was gone. Oh, man. He fled the fucking scene. Bill, the dude shaped hole in the door. What? Told me that he was freaked out. The dude shaped hole in the door? You mean he literally ran through the door? I think you left some words out, or I'm too fucking old to understand. Is that some new slang? Told me he was too freaked out and I decided to give him some space. He called me 4 days later. I don't remember the conversation. Well, were you drunk? But he said he'd call me back. That was 4 months ago. Clearly, he doesn't give a shit. I get that. But I cannot understand how he could be so much in my life and then just never fucking talk to me again. The fuck, dude? The fuck? You sound cool as hell, by the way. The more immediate problem is that in a few weeks, a mutual friend is having a birthday party, and dude is gonna be there. What the fuck do I do, Bill? How do I face him? Do I confront him? Do I ignore him? I'm bugging out. Please help me. Thank you, and any advice? Nia's got a... I wish she was here this week. All right, here's the deal. All right, this isn't about him. This is about you. All right? Be honest with yourself. You kind of said it. You knew what this guy was. You knew who he was. All right? But he just had that fucking thing. All right? He just had that fucking charisma or whatever. And 2 years into it, you're drunk. He started it and you went through it, the whatever. You know? He got freaked out and confirmed what you knew all the time, and he fucking left. All right? Now be honest with me. Do you want to fight that fight? Before you met this guy and you fantasized about the man you were going to marry, was this how it was going to play out? Is this something that you want to fucking deal with? You realize you're going to have to, like, trying to bring this fucking fish in, the amount of heartache, the amount of extracurricular activities and all that fucking shit that comes along with a guy like this. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself? You don't need this shit. All right? The problem is you're trying to figure out the sanity in somebody's insane behavior. Okay? You knew what he was, and then he confirmed it. And now you're like, does he mean this? How could he just do that? Because he's a fucking lunatic. He's a lunatic. Who knows? Because his dad ran around on his mom. Because his mom took off on his dad. Who the fuck knows? Because of his bullshit. His giant truckload of fucking bullshit, okay, that he has still not even begun to deal with, which is why he's behaving like that around you. You don't fucking need that. Jesus Christ. All the guys in the fucking world, go to the party and have a good time. Just tell him. Just, if you see him, just say, what's up? No need to be weird. Okay? It's over. Whatever. We had a good time. It's fucking over. I knew you were nuts, and now you confirmed it, all right? Stop fucking looking at me like you're seeing a ghost. I would just go there and have a good time. I wouldn't ignore him. I wouldn't confront him. I would just say hello. And then I would go on with having, if he wants to talk to him. If he doesn't, just go on with having a good time. If you bump into him again, say hello again. But don't let that fucking guy ruin your good time. All right? And quit fucking wasting mental time trying to figure out his bullshit. He's not worth it. Fuck him. All right? There you go. Fuck him. Hey, who knows? You might meet Mr. Right at that place. Ooh, oh, this could be the everlasting love. Documentary suggestion. Dear Billy Boo, if you haven't seen the documentary on Netflix about the Ukraine revolution, you should definitely check it out. I would love to see that. It's called Winter on Fire. That sounds like a really bad 80s song. Winter on Fire. What was that? St. Elmo's Fire. I can fight some fucking Russians. I don't like Vladimir Putin. I'm sorry. In the immortal words of Ron Burgundy, wow, that escalated quickly. My singing or the documentary? It starts with some activists deciding to congregate in one place, which started as an event sent out on Facebook and ended up replacing their president. Every time I read shit like this, I am amazed at the human spirit and also feel so fucking lucky that I haven't had to experience that in a country. In the country I live in, we haven't gone through some shit like that. Hopefully it'll never fucking happen because I don't think I could stomach it. Hearing people running up and down the street, and you're just sitting there in the house. Who's in charge? The idea is so foreign to us, and I think most people don't understand just how crazy it is. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. But you are really good at seeing crazy shit no one notices that is right under our noses. So I think you'll be floored by this. Thanks, and go fuck yourself. Well, thank you for the recommendation. I will definitely try to check that out as soon as I can. Is that all the shit? Is that all the fucking... What am I up to here? 58 minutes and 56 seconds. I think I can bullshit for another minute and call this a goddamn day. Was there something else that I had to talk about here on the podcast? Oh, yeah, I decided... I ran into a buddy of mine, and he told me his New Year's resolution was he wasn't going to argue with his wife this year. And he's made it all the way to February. And I was like, you know what? That's a really cool resolution, and I haven't made any this year. So I'm not giving up arguing with my wife for two reasons. One, it would destroy my act, and two, I'm a selfish son of a bitch. Plus, I have no control of my fucking emotions. It's shameful, but I don't. So I decided instead I'm trying to get back into learning French. I feel like as I'm approaching, the mid-century mark here, if I don't fucking do it now, I'm going to be fucked. I'm never going to learn how to do it. So I'm back into it. I'm on Duolingo. I've done it 3 days in a fucking row. And the only reason why I'm announcing it to you guys is because if you don't hear me talking about it, please break my balls and say that I fucking quit again. I'm a loser and all that type of shit. All that wonderful positive shit that you guys can say anonymously on the internet. Oh, by the way, what's funny? In this fucking business, like, they never tell the performer shit, right? So I'm on stage this weekend. I got to ask if there's any doctors out there. I'm fucking on stage and I'm doing my act. I don't even know what night it was. It might have been the first show last night. And the whole time I'm doing my act, everything I fucking say, some guy in the crowd is just like repeating it or commenting on it. You know what I mean? Like, not like heckling. It's more like black church, like call and response. I was like, yeah, I was walking down the street the other day and he's just like, yeah, walking down the street, doing that shit the whole fucking time. But he's not so loud that the rest of the crowd can hear it. So I'm hoping if I just ignore him, he's going to stop. And he doesn't. And finally, after like a half an hour, I was like, dude, will you shut the fuck up? You don't have to fucking comment on everything. He's like, all right. He's just doing that shit. But I love you. It's like saying shit like that. And, I was trashing him and all that shit. So afterwards, I ended up meeting him after the show. And he ended up telling me that he had Tourette's. And then somebody on the show goes, yeah, he had Tourette's. We didn't know if we should throw him out. It's like, why don't you fucking tell me that before I make a fucking ass out of myself? I felt terrible. But here's my question. Is that a form of Tourette's? I thought Tourette's is either you're cursing your brains out or you make weird noises or you do some sort of physical tic. I didn't know that you fucking all of a sudden were doing that. I'm in a Baptist church, except doing it in a way that eggs on the fucking speaker. It actually annoys the shit out of him. Well, maybe that's my temperament. I have no idea. That's my question for somebody out there in the medical field. Is that a form of Tourette's? Or was he just trying to make me feel bad? I'm literally yawning here like a fucking idiot. All right, that's the podcast for this week. Oh, Billy No Booze Bag is back on the fucking wagon again. I got to tell you, as much as I fucking go up and down with that shit, at least I do nip it in the bud, I just drank too much. What was it? Friday night. Woke up fucking hungover. Tired as shit. I was just like, what the fuck am I doing to myself? This is stupid. And then I watched Black Mask, and I was watching them drinking Budweiser's in 1970s pull tab cans. And I was like, God, I miss that. I miss it already. All right. That's the podcast for this week. Sorry it was so late. If you'd like to contribute to this podcast, as I tell you that it's late, anytime you go to Amazon, just go through the podcast page. Not the podcast page, my website. Click on the merch page. You click on the Amazon link, and I get credit for driving people there. And I give 10% of that shit to St. Jude until you tell me that one's a scam too. Everyone that I give to you guys eventually end up telling me that. But I think this is a good one. All right, go fuck yourselves. I'll talk to you on Thursday.